Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litza and this is Coco, and today we're going to bring you the winner of the pattern from the Crochet Society box number 41. All your votes were tallied. Thank you to all of you that voted and helped us along with this little project. But before we get started, Coco is ready for her morning tea. Of course, we have some chicken for her. I'll just pop her down. Woof woof from Coco. As you can see, she's licking her lips in anticipation of her treat. So I'll pop her down on the floor for a moment. Here we go. Lovely. She can get stuck into that while we have a chat. So just a little refresher for those of you that may not have already seen our unboxing video of Crochet Society Subscription Box number 41. If you haven't done so, please go and have a look. Otherwise, here it is here for you today. So this box came to us I would say at least 3 weeks ago. It did have a very spring feel to it, because overseas at the moment it is, you know, coming into spring for all of you, whereas we've just started with our autumn season. So let's just pop it up there. Now in this box it was full of crochet goodies, and I will remind you what they were before we get stuck into the pattern reveal. There were 3 balls of this beautiful DK weight yarn in peaches and cream. It is 100% acrylic. DK, as we said, which is an 8-ply on a number 3, and it is 220 meters per ball. So getting 3 balls was very generous. So that was wonderful. Inside the box, we also got 3 polymer clay hooks in this little package here. Reason being, each and every project had a different hook size. So there's a 3, a 3.5 and a 4mm hook included in this pack, which was wonderful. And this gorgeous little stitch marker of a little bunny, which is very much spring, and I guess being, you know, with the Easter upon us as well, may have related to that as well. And we got this lovely little notions pouch, which is great, with a nice little zipper and a handle to carry our little, you know, cooks and crochet goodies that we need, you know, with all our projects. So that was wonderful. And the other most important component of the box, as always, is the project book. As you can see, 3 projects, 3 different votes. Let's remind you of what they were. And as I show you the project in the book, I will also let you know what the tally was from all the votes for each one of them. So the very first project that they gave us to do was the little leafy table set. There it is there. And they got 1 vote. Now the second one was Dottie the cow, and Dottie got 20 votes. And lucky last, this little book is falling apart. Here it is, the gorgeous picnic blanket, and that got a whopping 18 votes. So the overall winner, of course, was Dottie, and there she is there. Now, all of you that have been with me long enough know that that would have caused me great anxiety, because amigurumi is a struggle for me, and we are still trying to be friends. But I said, Litza, you have to do this. You made a promise, and it was actually the best thing that happened. So they wanted us to, before I show you Dottie and let me know what you think of her, they wanted us to deconstruct this yarn. So basically they wanted us to cut it in all the different lengths with all the different colors, and then do Russian knots, I think it's called, and have, you know, little balls for each component of, you know, the different colors for the body and what have you. And I thought, there is no way in the world that I'm going to ruin this amazing yarn, because it is so soft and so squishy, and there is so much of it. That I was definitely not going to do that. So what I did instead was use these colors here, which are my Marvel 8-ply yarn, which is still the same weight, a DK weight. I still used a 3mm hook, which was recommended in the pattern. And this is how she turned out. Here she is here. So hello to everyone from Dottie. Now, there she is at the back. Now, I gave her little tiny eyelashes because I think I used small eyes for her. There they are there. Because I didn't really measure them. So I just thought cows have big eyes. So I thought, let's remedy that by putting on some little fake eyelashes for her. Now, she has, I think, 17 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and her little tail, 17 parts. There's her little tail, which for someone who is very new at amigurumi, because this is my third completed project, I was like, okay, we've got this, because sewing, I think, for me is the difficult part for making little toys. Let's put her up here so you can see her while we're talking. She sits very, very nicely. She is tiny though. Anyway, but she is very, very cute. So how did I find the pattern instructions? Well, they were very clear as always. Now, anyone that hasn't already purchased the boxes, I will remind you that it is in UK terminology, so you just need to be mindful of that when you're reading the pattern. But they also all come with a video tutorial, which is so great, because for me the hardest part was going to be, how do I put the pieces together? So they did touch on that at the end, which was great. And then they said, so Sarah Jane said refer to the pictures as well. So that was how, Dottie was constructed. Now, I found the pattern, as I said, very easy to follow, and the tutorial wonderful. The yarn that I used, and I used my Clover and More hook, they worked very well together. If I ever make her again, I would like to use a bigger yarn, but it is a nice pattern that I can have now in my library. So that was awesome. But this would not be a proper review of what the contents were in this Crochet Society box number 41 unless I actually used the yarn and the hook. So I went ahead, because I really want to make this project, and it was such a close second, and I started the blanket, the picnic blanket, and there it is up close. That's all the color changes. It is a very simple pattern to follow, both written and the tutorial. So I think that this yarn, which is all 3 balls now, I'll be able to put them to good use. And that's why I didn't want to deconstruct it, because deep down I thought, you know what, it'll be better used that way. But I still wanted to make the project that one. Of course, you guys voted for it. Now for this blanket, I am using the polymer hook that comes with the box, and it is number 4 for this project. And the 3.5 little hook is for the leafy set, the very first one. So once again, very generous of them to put in the 3 different hooks, because not everyone has every hook in their collection, especially if you're starting out. So what did I think of this yarn? As squishy as it is, I love that it's very soft, very squishy, but I did find it a little bit splitty. So for me, I wasn't sure if it was the hook, because I am, still learning how to use these hooks. And I find that when I am using them, I slow down my crocheting as well, because I'm, very aware of, what I'm doing, because it doesn't come as natural as when I hold my Clover hook, for example. Now, I probably should have tested it with my Clover hook, this yarn, and I may very well do so. But I was a little bit worried, because I have heard a lot of crocheters say you shouldn't, chop and change hooks in the middle of a project, because although they are all meant to be exactly the same, sometimes they may vary slightly. But I might give it a little go just as a test to see if it is the hook with this yarn that might have a little bit of a problem. But other than the splitting in certain areas, it is a beautiful yarn to work with, and I certainly do rate it at 9 out of 10, only for the pure reason that it does split a little bit. And the hooks, I am getting better at using them, so it's a beautiful hook, don't get me wrong, and it has got a nice, metal bit to it, but it might just be me, the way I'm using it. So I will give it a 9, but it's definitely a lot more than I was giving them before I started these projects with you, because I was, you know, I was in the mindset that they're not for me because I'm not a knife holder, I'm a pencil holder. So 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And the pattern and the video tutorials, definitely I would say 10 out of 10, as long as you're mindful that it is written in UK terminology. And, you know, when Sarah Jane, you know, says the stitches in the video, that it is, once again, UK terminology. So this pack for me, I thought was worth 10 out of 10. Reason being, everything was crochet related. In the past, they've actually given us boxes with things like little water bottles in them, which are lovely, don't get me wrong, but for me, that was something that I would rather purchase on its own, because I am subscribing to a crochet subscription. So I think this box definitely, you know, gets 10 out of 10 because everything, you know, relates to crochet, and they were very generous with, you know, the yarn and the hooks as well. So that was wonderful. So overall, I would say that this box would definitely get a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. For the money, like the value, monetary value, definitely, you know, I'm not disappointed in any way. I just think that for me, because the yarn splits a little tiny bit and I'm still getting used to the hooks, it's just my personal rating. Just for fun, we do this while we're here. But I certainly did enjoy making her, which I didn't think I would, but she was a lot of fun, and she turned out very, very cute, very, very sweet, and she sits very, very well, as you've seen yourself. So that's a wonderful little collection to my amigurumi little projects done so far. That poor little meerkat is still sitting there, so I really need to attend to him. But in future, I think that I will be trying, you know, with bigger yarn and bigger hook. So very, very quickly before I go away, so you guys can continue with your day and your crochet, box number 42, I think will come to us in about 6 weeks or so. So I will be doing another unboxing. I did watch Kate unbox box number 41, and she did a wonderful job. She's very bright. Her personality, I think, is very sweet. So I think that she will be doing a very good job continuing, you know, from where Sarah Jane left off as far as the, you know, Crochet Society subscription boxes, you know, go. I'm looking forward to, you know, watching her tutorials as well. And she's the curator of the boxes now. And she did tell us that the next one is jam-packed with lots of bright goodness. So I am excited about that one coming to us. As always, I'm always excited when the boxes are on their way. So I'm hoping that, you know, you guys enjoyed today's reveal. All of you who participated in the voting, thank you so, so much. That's what makes it fun and makes me accountable, and also lets me stick to my goals for 2023. Another box arrived, and I actually made a project from it, and now I'm on to project number 2. That is amazing, because as I said to you before the start of the year, I have only ever made one project over the last year and a half or so that I've been receiving the boxes. So thank you, everybody. I hope that you all get some wonderful crochet time in, and I shall see you all again in another video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.